everybody, it's Lucas, and today we're finally on another floor. We're on the floor of my washing room. And I've got a microphone now, and a whiteboard, and a face. Now I'm just like every other annoying, I was about to say a slur, every other annoying fruit on this website. And as you might be able to tell from the beautiful lines I've drawn on this whiteboard, I want to make a tier list today. A tier list of all of the characters in Palia. Palia. I say Palia. I'm going to tier rank all of them, whether they're romanceable or not. From S to E. Not F, because I don't think there are any bad characters in Palia. There's just better written, not better written, but there are more and less interesting characters. This is also, by the way, I'm not tier ranking like their designs. Design-wise, I think everyone is really great except for Hassian. Hassian. Because them shoulders are supposed to match them hips, but they don't. So, yeah. Something just went wrong. Like, his face is great. Something is just wrong with his clothes. I mean, his mama looks great, everyone looks great. Something is just wrong with that kid's fashion sense, I guess. But before that, I should probably show which rank I am on with every character. Because I am gonna be biased because I've played for about a month. I think I might have like 200 hours in. I'm not sure, I'm afraid of checking. So I have only maxed out 2 characters. So of course I'm gonna be biased because probably if I go through more quests with a character, I'm gonna like them more. So let's log into Palia real quick and see which ranks I am with every character. Okay, hello, we are in Palia. Let's look at my relationships to everyone. Let's see here, Ashura. I am on level 3, Auni, level 3, Badruu, level 3, Caleri, maxed the fuck out at level 4, Chayne, Sean, Jacksepticeye on level 2, Delilah, hey there, level 3, on my way to level 4, Einar, level 4, Elouisa, I haven't actually said her name out loud before, max the fuck out at level 4, Eshe, so close to level 4, I just need to give her some sushi and I will be at level 4, that's exciting. Hassian, on my way to level 4, Hekla, working on her quests, on level 3, moving my way up to level... Wait, I'm not on level 3, I'm on level 4. Sorry. Yeah, I think I'm actually... It says quest in progress, so I'm like currently doing a quest with her. Hodari, level 3. Yell, level 2. I'm sorry to all yellow lovers out there. Jina, level 4. She so has a crush on us, it's insane. Kenli, level 2. We're almost at level 3, I guess. Kenyatta, level 3. Naoi, level 3. Najuma, level 3. Reth, level 4. Sifuu, level 3. Subira, very close to level 2. Tamala, level 3. Theo, level 3. Getting closer to level 4, which is sad because then he's gonna be maxed out. Tish, level 3, close to level 4, and lastly Zeki at level 3. Zeki with the good cooch. Let's go. Okay, hello. We are sadly back to my face again. Speaking of face, I realized while checking the footage that my face looks very bored. I'm not bored, my face is just not very emotive. So let's start the actual tier list. The first... Oh, that's cute! On the tier list I'm using, I think all of the characters are ranked after, like, they're alphabetically sorted. That's a cute detail. Which also means that our first character is Ashura. And Ashura is a really good start, I think, because Ashura is a solid B. There. Because when because Ashura is a really nice character. There's never a moment, like, if I meet him out and about, that I don't want to talk to him. But he also he hasn't, like, pulled me in. When I log into play, I don't think, oh, I want to log into play so I can talk to Ashura. His quests are, like, really nice. He's the first NPC that, aside from Jina, he's the first villager that you meet. He welcomes you to the town. He's very fatherly and all that. You get to know his family drama. But he's a solid B tier. Okay? And also, I want to give him more gifts. It's just that he usually wants fishes. And I just don't have the fishes he wants. Ashura, baby, I'm so sorry. I wish I could give you more gifts. I'm just bad at fishing, my man. Next up, we have Auni. Auni's another B tier, I would say. He's part of the Daya family. He is one of the two kids in town, along with Najuma. I think that he and Najuma are the same age, but Audi still feels younger somehow. Auni, I think I've talked to a little bit more because he stands around, like, in the morning in town. He stands around, like, in easy to find places. And also he usually wants quite basic bugs, so it's quite easy to give him gifts. But his story hasn't really, like, interested me. So he's also B. Then we got Badruu. Oh my god, now I have because Badruu, I swear, not everyone is gonna be B, but I think I'm gonna have to put Badruu in B as well. Do you think he's named Badruu because he's a Bardu? Hope I see you around. If I don't see you, a square. And then, okay, now we're spicing things up. I think I'm about to give a bit of a hot take, because next up is Caleri, and I'm gonna talk about Caleri and Elouisa together, because I think that Caleri and Elouisa are both S tier. But Caleri and Elouisa, I think, is a great metaphor for a caretaking sibling, which isn't a lot that we see in media. I mean, Elouisa is, when you first meet her, she's like the conspiracy type, But I think that her character is handled very well, because it becomes clear the more you talk to her that she isn't just like a crazy conspiracy person, but she is like actually quite mentally ill. And they don't specify if she's like autistic or if she has OCD, schizophrenia, whatever. But it is clear that there is something, especially because sometimes when you talk to Caleri, she can like ask, she can like tell you that she's worried that Elouisa hasn't taken her like meds today or something like that. When you walk into their house, it's really cute because you can see that in their house it's full of post-it notes like above the dishes and stuff. Probably because Caleri is reminding Elouisa to like do the dishes or pick her clothes up or something. And like there's a lot of tragic backstories in these games, but not enough people talk about how tragic Caleri and Elouisa's backstory are. Because it's very clear that their father at least was abusive, and like Caleri was able to live up to their abusive father's like standard, but because Elouisa quite early on became like disabled, she never was able to. She was never going to be able to live up to their father's standard. And because of their parents' abuse, there is a split between them, which in the quests you can help like heal the split between them. I think it's a beautiful depiction of like a caregiver and a caregiver's relationship to like a disabled person. And I think it's beautiful because you get to see both sides. Because usually you either only see the caregiver side or sometimes you see the disabled side. But here you get to see like the genuine love they have for each other and the ways that they try to look out for each other. I think it's a very well written like sibling relationship. I I don't fully know how to put into words how beautiful I think this relationship is. And like when I think of like sibling caregiving relationships, the only other example I can think of off the top of my head is like the siblings from Hereditary. I just realized I'm dressed like the sister in Hereditary. I don't know what that says about me, but I have several problems with the movie Hereditary, but the relationship between the siblings is not one of them. And it's not just that like Elouisa is her disabilities or Caleri is her trauma with her father. There's stuff outside of that. Elouisa likes a stupid book series and writes fanfiction about it. Caleri doesn't just love books, she also loves forbidden books and forbidden magic, and it's so funny to think that like Zeki and Reth is like shown as these huge criminals. I mean, while in the same time Caleri has like the biggest collection of illegal material in like the entire country. It's really funny to me. But yeah, I could go on about these two for the whole video. They're the main reason I wanted to make this video. I love the relationship so much. I'm so sad that I maxed the relationship out. I hope that there comes more quests with them. How do I even continue this video now? I know how. It's by talking about Chayne. And Chayne, well, Chayne is named Chayne for a reason. I was about to say that Chayne is named Chayne for a reason, and that's because he's a C, but I just realized I just put a D there. Why do I have a D there? It should be a C. I don't think that there are any D characters. There you go. It's a C for Chayne. And let me tell you why. It's because Chayne, when you talk to him, he only has one thing to talk about, and that's his religion. Like, I've seen some people complain that like other characters only talk about one thing, like Badruu only talks about like puns, Elouisa only talks about their conspiracy. That's not true, they talk about other stuff. But Chayne, so far it's fucking true. Chayne can only talk about his religion. Every time I talk to him, it feels like I'm talking to a Jehovah's Witness. the only, like, he's really nice. He's a very kind character. I just never want to talk to him. When I see him come towards me, I move out of the way. I see, good day, sir. And also, a lot of the time, he's like quite far away. He comes into town like in the morning, but otherwise he's just not there. I don't think about him. I liked that he like sends postcards to Kenli every year, reminding him of Kenli's huge Shaba fuck up. That's the funniest quest with his character so far. I'm sure I'm gonna like him more when I actually do more of his quests, but so far, he's a C, my man. Then we got Delilah. Delilah the Delightful. She gets an immediate A tier. Every time I talk to her, I get so happy because it's so clear that like she needs more friends. She needs to start a book club or something because she's quite lonely. And not only does she give you pies all the time, it feels nice to brighten her day. And like, I've seen some people say that like Badruu and Delilah's relationship isn't filled with love or that they should get divorced or something. And I want to tell those people, what game are you playing? These two have such a healthy relationship. I think it's lovely. I love how supportive Delilah is of Badruu's music. She leaves pies out at the farmhouse because she knows that Badruu spends the nights playing out there and she doesn't want him to be hungry. Badruu has asked Delilah if she wants company when she goes to the library, but Delilah has said no because she likes reading smutty books and likes having a little like secret smutty alone time. It's so cute. I like how Delilah, by the way, gets to be like show that like she's sexual. She likes the hot books. They've got 2 sons, of course. I'm sure their sex life is great. Ooh, mama. I love her. She's so delightful. And to continue on the delightful train, we got Einar. He's a close S. I'm looking forward to romancing him. I know he's one of the romanceable ones. He's definitely A tier though. Einar is one of the 2 Galdor characters. The Galdors were originally called golems, and I just want to talk about the golems. The Golners as golems. I think that they are such a beautiful rendition of the golem lore. Because golems were made out of clay to protect specifically Jewish people. And like when you first see the Galnors in game, you probably assume that they're robots, but the more you learn about them, you get to know that no, they're actually made of like clay and they got all of these rune workings, and they're like, they literally hold the history of like humanity on their bodies. And I just I l- I love the idea of like even after all of humanity is like wiped out, there's a piece of like Jewish folklore still living on, and that's beautiful. But anyway, Einar specifically, the most autistic little character ever, maybe. I love him. I love his special interests. He makes me happy. His animations are adorable. I love when he squats down. I love how tall he is. I love how kind he is. I love his relationship with Hekla. Yeah, that's just how I describe him. He is so kind, and I like that even though he doesn't experience emotions like normal humans or Majiris do, he still is so clearly kind, and he has so much love inside of him that he wants to share with everyone. Next up, we got Eshe. So Eshe is so hot. I'm sorry. I can't even lie, she's so hot. I hope her and Kenli's divorce goes great, goes lovely, because I'm about to marry her. But even though you can tell I love her, I'm still gonna put her at an A, because I don't think that she quite reaches the storytelling heights of Caleri Elouisa. Let me tell you why. Okay. I know that Eshe is a capitalist. I know that she's part of the Borgos, and that we will eat her in the revolution. I know that. But she's also controlling, and you know, this is just becoming me talking about how controlling ladies are like kind of hot. First of all, I think that the politics of her family, and like the way that we learn about the governance of like not only Kilima but also Bahari through her is fascinating. I like that world building. I think it's cool. And I also like that that it slowly becomes clearer and clearer that Eshe is like this because she's a repressed lesbian. To the point, she is so down bad for Kenyatta, Kenli's sister. She is so down bad for Kenyatta that she named her daughter after her. Can you imagine naming your daughter after the one that got away? That's insane! Eshe, you're insane! What? But aside from her repressed lesbianism, I also like how clear it is that Eshe loves this town, and she has a genuine love for like managing it, and she wants nothing but the best for the town. I love that like she gives her New Year's wish or whatever to the town every year. Eshe is like if you took like a lady from the 1800s and just like plopped her in modern society and didn't tell her. Like she has all of these like really traditional burdens on her. She has to get married to this man. It's like she's living in the 1800s. Of course she's gonna be cranky. Of course she's gonna be mean. There we got Hassian. I think he has potential to go up to an A in the future, but right now I'm gonna put him at B. I like him. I like that he's a hunter. I like how much he loves animals. But he hasn't even opened up yet. He's like cracking a little bit, giving me a little more insight, but he hasn't even opened up yet. Like, he likes playing cards, he likes hunting, he likes alone time. I think it's implied that he writes poetry, but I don't know a lot about him. I want to know more, which is good that like the game is able to want me to like make me want to learn more. And I think that once I learn more, he will go up. But like right now, he's too repressed. He is he's too hard to get at. I haven't been able to. I think he has a crush on the player character though, that's clear. Okay, then we got Hekla. Hekla is S tier. I don't care what anyone says. I love Hekla. Again, I love the world building of the Galdors. I think I'm gonna love whatever Galdor character that they throw at me. Like, her animations are so adorable. Whoever voiced her did a great job. Like, the higher rank you get with her, the more delightful her voice lines gets. I love when she just goes, yay! I love when you come up to her and she goes, hi human, in like the kindest voice possible. Like, it's so clear that she gets so happy every time you talk to her. It's just, I want to hug her so bad. She's so huggable. And also, again, I think that she is a great metaphor for a mother losing a child during like a miscarriage or like childbirth or something, because we learned that she was made to protect this human child named Sonia, but as we know, the humans were all wiped out. I don't know if Sonia was killed as like a part of the wipeout, or if she died during birth or something like that. But for whatever reason, Hekla never got to protect her. And I think that the emotions that she shows and the way they talk about it is a really great exploration of the topic. And speaking of flaws, we got Hodari next. Where do I want to put Hodari? Hodari, like Hassian, Hodari doesn't talk a lot either, but I still think that like we learn more about him, so I think I'm gonna put him in A. He's a miner. This is me doing a pickaxe. Mining is one of my favorite stuff to do. I just love hacking away. It's so calming. But he has a daughter. He's a lone father because his wife Lita died. We don't know exactly when. It feels like it was maybe like, I'm guessing like a few years ago. And he misses his wife a lot. He loves his daughter a lot. He hates fish, like eating fish. I just love the things that we learn about him. Like, a father loving his daughter is like the easiest way to make a character likable, and I'm aware of that. But I like how many relationships he has to other characters. Like, we know that Zeki and his wife was close, and he likes having Zeki over. It's just that Zeki only eats fish, so they have trouble having Zeki over for dinner because Hodari hates fish that much. We get told that Badruu made Hodari laugh with a dad joke. It was, if I remember correctly, it was, why did the musician get on a ladder to hit the high note? And that made Hodari laugh. I just love everything that we learn about him. He seems like such a wholesome character. And then we got Yell. The Yell stands are about to kill me. The Yell stands are about to shoot me in the balls. I don't care for Yell. Okay. So I know that I'm biased with Yell because, as you saw, I'm only on level 2 with him. Let's start with what I like. I like how much his daily routine tells us about him. I like that he spends like the entire night out at the lake looking at the stars. That's interesting, I guess. I like his relationship with Tish and Reth and how they hang out every day. But other than that, he's just like a moody, kind of goth rich kid. There are a lot of those. He seems nice. I can't muster up like caring for him. I'm sorry. I'm sure his quests are gonna be interesting. I talk to him if I come in to talk to Tish or Ref, but otherwise I don't usually talk to him. Moving on to Jina. Jina is great. I love Jina. Jina is another character where it's very clear that she has a crush on the player character, and I think that is very cute. I like how bad she is at hiding it. I like Jina is another character which is like a great metaphor for imposter syndrome of academic stress. She is in Kilima to study humans, which is her thesis for university. I like the fact that she still lives in a tent despite clearly living in Kilima for months and there being an entire ass inn in town which she can live at. It just tells us how she doesn't see Kilima as a home. She hasn't really made relationships with a lot of other characters. I think that the player character might be her only friend aside from Hekla. She's quite lonely. She seems to have always been lonely. The other academic students seems to have picked on her. I don't know if that's because her thesis is humans and that's seen as strange, or because how interested she is in humans. It's quite clear that Jina is another autistic character and that her special interest is humans. And overall archaeology. I love it when she info dumps, when she tells us about how interesting mushrooms are, or how interesting archaeology is. I think she's lovely. I was very happy when I learned that we can romance her. To be honest, I'm not very excited about the romance options we got in this game. You might have noticed that a lot of my favorite characters are the ones we can't romance. So I'm happy that we can at least romance Jina, thank God. Next we have Kenli. easiest choice I've ever made in my life. Ooh boy, Kenli, you ain't done nothing for this town, you ain't done nothing for me, you ain't done shit. I just know that Kenli sucks in bed. Kenli doesn't know what a G-spot is. G-spot is, not that I know, I'm a cis man. Kenli doesn't know what eating pussy is. If you tell him about eating pussy, he will get scared because he thinks you mean cannibalism. I don't feel bad for him because I think he has every power to make his life better, and he chooses not to because he's a pussy. And he lets that willful ignorance hurt others as well. Like, we get a quest where, like, he can't tell the Daya family that he has to raise taxes because his meanest sister Kenyatta forces him to, and he can't tell them. So you, the player character, has to get a bunch of extra vegetables so the Daya family doesn't lose their home. Like, man, do something. You have all the power here. I don't feel bad for him. The only time I've given Kenli a gift is when I had some extra fertilizer, so I just literally gave Kenli a piece of shit, and he was like, thanks, I guess, and then he came to my home and gave me a wallpaper. That's how much I care for him. I guess I'm gonna have to do his quest sometime, and I guess it's gonna be fun because playing this game is fun, but I don't care for him. He is the worst character in the game, I think, least interesting. He is there for a reason. I don't think he is badly written. He's just not that interesting. Next we got Kenyatta. The daughter, not the baddie that Eshe is in love with. Every time I talk to her, I think that she's a teenager because she acts like a teenager, and then I remember that I think she's supposed to be like a grown-ass adult. There's only so many times a character can complain to me, and that's the only thing they want to say before I get a bit tired and don't want to talk to them anymore. I'm sorry. Next we got Naoi. He is such a sweetheart. He isn't very complex, I must say that. He is probably one of the least complex characters, but he's just such a sweetheart. He likes helping his mom. He likes his girlfriend. He got her tickets to Bahari Boys. He cares about his little brother so much. When I came into their room, I like to think that he and Auni painted the walls together, because the walls are filled with bugs, and some of them look more childish and some of them look more like painted by adults, and I like to think that Naoi and Auni painted that together. He's just a nice character. He's a himbo, okay? You don't have to say more. Next we got Najuma. Najuma. The A tier is getting a bit full. But I can't lie, when Najuma is another A. She's one of the two characters that only exist in Bahari Bay. But whenever I am in Bahari Bay, I try to talk to her. I recently unlocked her room. Her room is awesome. It's another very clearly autistic character. I like that she doesn't look in the character with eyes when we talk to her. She looks kind of like this way. And that's a sweet detail. No one ever comments on it. She's disabled. It took me a long while until I realized, like, obviously she's disabled in the way that she's autistic, but also she has a prosthetic leg. It took me until she mentioned it for me to realize she had it, and I like that her disability isn't really spoken about. I think she and Hodari has a very interesting relationship. Hodari is protective over her because of his wife dying, and Najuma understands this, but also want to like spread her wings. And I think that Hodari and Ashura make a really interesting parallel, because in a way Hodari is like Ashura when Ashura was younger, but now Hodari has the chance to do the right choice, because Ashura had a son, and Ashura's path was like being in the military, and his son wanted to also join the military, but Ashura knew how fucked up the military industrial complex was, and like told his son to like forbade him. And that has ruined Ashura's and his son's relationship, and they haven't spoken in years. And now Hodari is kind of similar in that he wants to protect his daughter by not letting her go down the same path that he did. But Hodari isn't like forbidding her. He's just like trying to make sure she stays safe. And I think that's an interesting relationship. Najuma is so sweet. She liked her special interest is inventing stuff. She is friends with Zeki, which is really cute. She doesn't like that everyone assumes that she and Auni is gonna be best friends just because they're both kids. But it's still clear that she kind of likes having Auni as a friend, even though she doesn't want to admit it. I think she's adorable. Next we got Reth. Reth is the most popular character in the game. And I'm just gonna say it for a good reason. Reth is very well written. He is like, when I started the game and started checking out online and stuff, I immediately saw that he was the most popular character in the game. So I thought, okay, when you always want to be a contrarian, you always want to be a little bit different from everybody else. So when I started the game, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be like the biggest Reth fan. But then I talked to him, and he's really charming, and he's really fun, and he's kind of self-deprecating, and just his animations are really good. And I must admit, he does look like a baddie. So yeah, he won me over. I can't lie. His quests are interesting. He cares about his sister. His parents are dead. The whole town hates him. He has so much angst. And angst always wins in a fandom. I mean, we all love Reth. I don't have to explain why we love Reth. He's Reth. He doesn't sleep. He needs to talk to Chayne and get some therapy. And we all love characters who need therapy. Especially when they're men. Because fandom loves men. Can you imagine if Elouisa was a dude? Everyone would be all over her and how angsty she is and how angsty her backstory is. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. But at least we're at Sifuu. I was about to put Sifuu in A, but then I realized it's messy because I think she's hot. I think I'm gonna put her in B. I really like her. I mean, first of all, she is hot. She's gay. That helps a lot. Her wife is missing. Not dead, missing. And that obviously makes for some interesting theories. Sifuu, I've seen people most saddened over the fact that we can't date Sifuu, which I agree with. I wish we could date Sifuu. But I think that people are overlooking all of the other baddies that we can't date. Let me fix Eshe. But yeah, I think like Mother Like Son, she is a solid B who has the chance to climb to A. And then we got Subira. Subira is the latest character. I'm going to put her in B because despite, as you saw her, I only being on like first rank with her, I can see that she has like a lot of potential. I just wish that when the developers implemented her, they would have given her a daily routine from the start, because I constantly forget that she exists, and that's why I haven't leveled her up. Because she's just in her room all day. When she's in town, I thought she was gonna move in with the player character, because I had heard that she was gonna move in somewhere. So I've got a room on my plot still that's made for her, with like a bunch of goth furniture and stuff, just waiting for Subira to move in. But no, Subira just stays in the in room all day, which is weird. Like, at least like have her walk around on the plains, make her walk around the ruin so that Jina isn't the only character by the ruin. I don't know, make her walk, because what is stopping them? She has a walking animation, she has animations. I don't get why she doesn't walk around. Okay, then we got Tamala, and I'm on rank 3 with her. I'm gonna be so honest. Tamala is only rank 3 because one of the quests with Caleri requires you to become friends with Tamala. And that's the only reason I befriended Tamala. Which, that makes me think that the game assumed that you either the game like wanted to put in a reason to befriend Tamala, or the game assumed that it would take longer for you to become friends with Caleri than with Tamala. Okay, so I have a problem with the romanceable characters in this game, because as you can tell, most of them are younger characters. And the only 2 older women that you can romance is Tamala and Subira. And Tamala's whole character is that she wants to like stay young. And she's all about youth and beauty, and her only thinking that she can be beautiful when she's young. And I'm just not interested in one of the few older female characters being obsessed with looking young. I don't think that the game is sexist for that. I just don't care for that trope. I think that Tamala as a witch living out in the woods could be really interesting. Obviously, she's hot. I can't ignore that. I just get tired of the only thing she's talking about being like beauty. And it's also cool that she's like super old, like 200 years. And I'm sure you're going to learn more about that if you romance her. But I'm so tired. Like I'm on rank 3 with her. She should be talking about more than oh how she's so good looking and she's so young and so important to stay young. And also she complains because Hassan was a little puppy and they had like a relationship or something. That quest is weird. When I got that quest, I immediately assumed that Tamala and Hodari had a relationship. Maybe after Hodari's wife had died, Hodari felt alone. Maybe he and Tamala had like an affair. Like, not an affair, they had like a little mostly friends with benefit stuff situation. Maybe then Hodari got feelings for her, or he felt bad because he wasn't ready to move on from his wife. So, I went to Hodari and was like, is this your letter? And he was like, no. And I just assumed that he lied. But then I found out, like, when Tamala started talking about her and Hassan being in a relationship, I was like, wait, what? Because in my mind, Hassan is like 21, and I'm like, when did they have time to like get a romance and then break up as well? Like, what? It just didn't make sense in my mind. Yeah. Next we got Teo. You can talk to the dog. S tier. Next we got Tish. I'm sorry. Tish is B. I'm getting so close to the end of this. Oh my god. Tish is B. I like Tish. I like Tish. I like Tish. I've said that 3 times now, but I can't really put my finger on why. She's just kind of a nice girl who's really into like furniture making, which is cool. You could read her as having ADHD and her hyperfixation being like making furniture. I think she's adorable. I won't say no to romancing her. Thanksgiving is gonna be real awkward once I start dating both Tish and Reth at the same time, but like, who's gonna stop me? But like, that's the problem, I can't really... Oh no. Now everyone is gonna see how bad my handwriting is. Okay, I hope it's still in frame. I hope I'm still in frame. But like, yeah, I can't really pinpoint why I like Tish. She's just like a nice girl. On to the last character. We got Zeki. Zeki with the good stuff. Zeki is an A. Zeki's A. Okay, this is falling apart. Zeki's A. I like that we got a furry character. He's a Grimalkin. I think that they could show a bit more clearly that him having 2 sets of ears isn't just like a thing in this world, because I just assumed that like this is a magical future Earth. Maybe the Grimalkins just have 2 sets of ears, but no, it's supposed to be because of him fucking around with Flo and getting 2 pairs of ears because of that. I like that he's a mama's voice. I love his voice actor. He's really fun. He's a New Yorker. He's born and bred from New Jersey. Even though New Jersey doesn't exist, that's the power of New Jersey, baby. He's fun. I enjoy talking to him. I realized recently, after like a month of playing, that you can buy rugs in the underground. I hadn't realized that you can buy rugs. I was wondering where all of the people got rugs from. You can buy them in the underground. That's also where you buy toilets and stuff and bathtubs. I didn't realize that. And I think with that, we're done. This is my ranking. My tier ranking of all of the Palia characters. Let me know. I've been filming for like over 2 hours. This took so much longer than I thought. Why must I always rant? Let me know your rankings. Let me know if you think I have hot takes or if this is just like what everyone thinks. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, Jungenskog is here to remind you to like and subscribe.
Welcome to history. I was there once back in the day.